Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. 55,000 litres of wheat in here. It's not actually very much. Right, well there's a road that, we've got a lane that goes across sideways out of that field so that we'd be close to the oats. I want to see if I can do this without having to unhitch the header. It's just going to be a lot easier. I feel that it's going to be less headaches if we do that. I have been told by someone who was who grew up in this very region, in the Gelderland region. Gelderland? Gelderland? I'm not sure. I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. I know I am. Gelderland, I think. Something like that. Someone who grew up in this region. This is actually like quite an accurate representation of the real life area. Like with this many ditches everywhere, it's well done. It's a well done map with an accurate representation of what the place is really like. And I like that. I think that's absolutely amazing. I think that's fantastic. Something that I was looking at here is like we've got this lovely big field right here. Field 17 and field 8, there's a road that goes up there, right? But field 70, there's no road in between here. There's no road between any of these. We can turn 19, 18, 17, and 11 into one huge, great, big field. I could even chop out a whole load of these trees in here. That's going to take a while, but we could do it. And we could make some space there. The one thing that I am seriously considering doing, I need to get round here. It's a good job that people don't mind us driving in their hedgerow. The one thing I'm considering doing is removing some of those pylons. Because I could edit the pylons out and just leave the cables kind of like floating in midair all the way across. Because if you look here, we've got a pylon there in field 11. And there's another one there in field 17. And if I want to turn this into a giant field... yeah, I know we should have the things in there, and it is a bit more of an accurate representation, but I just thought it would be cool to get rid of them. It might just make life easier for us if we were to get rid of them. But I'm not going to do that. No, we'll keep that. So we've got that little bit of a challenge when we're doing our planting and so on. If I got rid of some of these trees, like here on the corners and that, we could chop a few of those down and move them back out of the way. That could be that could actually be quite cool. We could do that. Right, I'm gonna just go around here a minute and I'm gonna do a run around this one. So I'm thinking that twice around the outside edge of the field is going to give us a nice lot of room for doing everything that we want to do. So if I do twice around this one as well, there's plenty of room then to turn round, and it's consistent as well, because consistency is important. It's very important. And if I go up through there, like that, don't really need to worry too much there. Well, yeah, because we went right up to the corner and that, so that's fine. I don't know what I'm going to plant in here next. Trying to think about what I should go and plant in this field after this. I just thought maybe we could do like a root crop in here. That might be slightly ludicrously insane. I haven't made any alterations to any root crop machines other than the small one that we did the potatoes with in the small strip on this field. I'm thinking at the moment that I don't want to do root crops because of capacities and so on. I'm going to need to edit a number of machines in order to be able to do a root crop harvest to my personal satisfaction. And I don't feel that I have the necessary equipment to do that at the moment. I mean, it's there, it's just it's going to take a considerable amount of time to get all of the machinery that I would like ready for such an undertaking, because quite frankly it's going to require some specialist machinery in order to be able to harvest this all with potatoes or with sugar beet. We could do sugar beet, we could do that. So maybe we'll leave that at the moment. Well, at the moment, we've got a 30k combine, and although 30k is actually pretty good, I feel that maybe we could go faster than this. I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like we're not really putting this thing through its paces. I think that maybe there is a chance that we could do better than 30 kilometers an hour. I don't know what the rest of you think. Let me know in the comments section. Do you think that 30 kilometers an hour is fast enough? Or do you think that maybe we should do a little bit more than that? And there's our lovely beehives. All the way up through there. I think we could do better than that with the beehives, actually. I was trying to find another mod for the beehives. Because I've got the honey now is spawning in 2,000 litre pallets. So we have at least, you know, it's going to be easier to stay on top of that. But I was wondering if there's a mod that allows you to put down more than one honey pallet spawner, because if there is, I could like put a line of them up, and then we could get even more bees on the map, and then we could be getting more honey, which I think would be really, really good if we could do something like that. And also, yeah, so well, I have other ideas for factories and things. I'd like to maybe make some alterations to some of the factories, but it does mean, unfortunately, that the thing with the big pallets, the 5,000 litre pallets, I would like that to sort of be universal across the board, but it's not. It's not something that can happen. It says in the description of the mod that it's only for base game ones. It doesn't work on any modded ones, which is unfortunate, and I would really like it if we could have that, but it's just not something that can happen, and we just have to accept that and kind of like deal with it. It's one of those things. Sometimes you just get these disappointments in life, don't you? But I mean, if there was a way, is there a way? I don't think you can alter, because the pallets is more to do with how the game works, so I don't think you can change specifically coming out of a factory the size of a pallet. It'd be really good if you could. I wonder if there's a way to do that. So, like in an individual mod, take the pallet that is being spawned, and instead of it spawning 1,000 litres per pallet, alter some numbers. Maybe there's a setting in the XML that I could change, that because XML modifications is something that I can do. You know, all you got to do is find the right number, and like the XML document is not all that complicated. You can read down through, and most of it is self-explanatory. There's a few numbers that are difficult to tweak. Like if you want to be able to tweak the speeds and power ratios of a machine, you've got to understand it a little bit more. That one I haven't been able to get my head around yet, and I've tried doing it with guides and not really had much success with it. So there are certain aspects that do require a bit more understanding than I currently possess, but there's also several numbers and so on that you can change on the XML file for each of the mods that is fairly straightforward. And trust me, when I say it's fairly straightforward, I'm not like trying to be funny or anything with it. I'm not trying to just sort of gloss over it. If I can do it, trust me when I say that it is fairly straightforward, okay? So when it comes to programming, I don't have the kind of I'm not bragging when I say that I can usually understand quite a lot of things, right? I don't normally have too much trouble wrapping my head around different concepts. But when it comes to programming, I don't have the correct kind of thought processes to make programming come easy to me. So making alterations on something that is written in a programming language is normally beyond my scope. It's not something that I would normally be able to do. However, altering the XML files in this game is something that I'm able to do, and I've never really had much trouble with it, and the more I do it, the more I understand different aspects of it. So if I can do it, trust me, just about anyone would be able to cope with it, okay? So it really isn't as daunting as you think it is. You do need a editing program. I don't even remember what it's called at the moment. I can't go and look for it. You can do it in just a normal notepad document, but that just makes life difficult. I've got... just really, really going to irritate me now that I can't remember what it is, because I use it all the time. What is it? It's a hired help. Okay, the hired help is going to do it. He's going to leave that bit because he overshot, that's all. But he's going to carry on now. He's going to do the rest of this field without any problems whatsoever. That's fantastic. Right, so we're harvesting our oats. We're harvesting a giant field, and Notepad++, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure it's just called Notepad++. It's a free program. You download it, and a really great thing about it is when you open your XML file using Notepad++, it puts everything down in easy-to-read lines. There's nothing confusing about it. Each line is numbered individually, and there's lots of different colours all the way through it as well. And the colours aren't actually confusing. It makes it easier to read the entire document because different colours represent different things. And it doesn't take you long to get used to it either. And so I really recommend installing Notepad++. It's free. Just do a quick Google search for it. Completely free to use program. Download, install, and you can use that to then look at and read your XML files from different mods, and you can start making small changes. I started off with just tiny things like having a combine and adjusting the tank capacity on it. Don't go nuts on it. Adjust tank capacity by adding in an extra 0, and then jump into game and have a look. Always back up anything that you do. Right? If you're altering mods, always have backups. I take the mods that I'm modifying, I put them into a separate folder, I then unpack them. You do have to unzip them, so you've got to have a program that can unzip the mods, because all mods are in zip files in a game. So you have to have a program that can unzip them. I put them into a separate folder, I make copies of them and put them into a separate folder, so then that's my editing folder, and I can play around with them however I like, and I've still got the originals to use as a backup if something goes wrong. And so then I unzip, and then you can go into the file and you can start making your alterations. When you're done, you zip it all back up again, and you can drop it into your mod folder and you can try it out. I have found that the best way to do it is, if you're certain that you do want to alter a mod, just alter the mod. But if you're uncertain and you'd like to do comparisons side by side, just do what I've started doing, and that is... don't remember which. Oh, I know which ones I've done. Potato depot. There we go. Right there. I've just changed the name of the one that I'm modifying. So I just add cat onto them now. So I've got the base game one right there. 25 horsepower. Requires 25. It's 2 meters in width. No. 2 cubic meters of capacity, and it's a half a meter in width. This one here is 200 cubic meters in capacity. The width hasn't changed because I didn't alter the reference number on the XML file. And I've also I've changed the name of it. I did change the name in the XML file. So there's little things that you can do, and it's just... as you get better at it, you start to understand it more, and you can sort of pick out your mistakes and things that you did right and things that you didn't. And it's really good looking at the XML files for other mods as well and comparing them side by side to see what the differences are. So, such as this one right here. We've got the Kyler 2 multifruit, and we've got just the Kyler 2. So this one has added sugar beet. So you can do sugar beet with this one. This one here is just potatoes. So you can look at the two side by side. There's no other differences. Actually, there is. That one's been made a little bit wider as well. And it's different wheels and so on. But you get the idea. You've got these two different mods. You can run your comparison side by side, and you can look, and so you can scroll down through, and you can see the different lines that they've got, and see what's been altered from one to the other to get those changes. And that is really, it's amazing what you can learn just by looking through some of these different ones. So this one here that Stevie has done, this one works at 10k, and this one works at 18k. So if you're unsure what bit you've got to change in order to change the harvesting speed, this would be a perfect example of what to do. You take both of these mods, you open them up, with the great thing with the Notepad++ is you can open both of these, and it opens at 2 tabs at the top. So you can literally just click on one and then click on the next one. You don't have to open and remember where it was or anything like that. It's done in tabs. It looks like the tabs on the top look like your internet browser tabs, and you just click on the different one and you can look at it. Or like when you're working in Excel spreadsheets, anything like that. Really, really easy. And you can click on them and you can compare the two side by side. Same with this one right here, and you can check the differences. And as you get better, you can then start to get bigger changes and make more alterations and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. You can change things however you want. So then you can have combines doing crazy things like this. I mean, admittedly, I haven't altered anything on this one. Probably don't need to alter anything on this combine because this one's doing a really good job as it is. So I'm quite happy with that one. I'd like another one, admittedly, but I've only got 160,000 at the moment, which is not enough to go and do anything extra with. But you get the idea. So we've got... You've got, like, there's all kinds of potential there for different things that you can go and do. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. Right, I have 55,000 litres of wheat right here. I'm getting oats, but I think by the time we finish, we're going to want more than one pocket on this truck. So I'm going to go and empty this wheat out. We could go and put this in for the chickens, but quite frankly, this is not enough to feed our gluttonous chickens. Those things are just bottomless pits, and there is no satisfying their eternal hunger. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the wheat over here, and I'm going to dump it into our bakery that we've got. And again, this is a bit of a problem with this bakery right here. I've got them both out on the same side, not bakery, mill. It's difficult for me to go and tip stuff into it because of the way that it's set up. Right, I could bring that over there. I think I just need to press U. I'm not even catching. I'm not catching the trigger on this. Because of the type of lorry trailer that I've got. And I did just catch there. I got the trigger right there. So it's a little bit of a nuisance, this one. This one's not actually the most user-friendly. It looks alright. I picked this one out because I thought it looked alright. But I'm now going to have to re-look at some of these. And consider them from the point of view of what I'm driving. So the base game grain mill right there. As... like, if you look at this one, yeah, it's still not brilliant because of where the pallets spawn. Ideally, we want the pallets spawning around the corner, so then I've got a straight line. If I was to have, like, a road train approach on this one, it wouldn't work very well. Although, I don't think the grain capacity is very big on that one. Same with that oil mill right there. It's exactly the same issue. But and again, that's the base game one, which would give us the 5,000 litre pallets, which would be awesome to have. This is an all-in-one production. I have considered using an all-in-one, but I don't think I actually want to. I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna look through now and try and find a mill mod that is high capacity, because I know that we've got one somewhere. I think I'd like to try this one. The factory soy drink. So I went and dumped the soy into the oil mill so that we can try that. I don't have enough... oh, yeah, that's just because it needs to alter stuff. But anyway, 80 grand right there. I think I'd like to try this one. We'll wait until after we've done the soy harvest to do that. Farm Dairy Cheaty. I think that one gives you a lot more back for what you put into it. And then I've got a Farm Dairy right here. I don't know what the quantities are with this one. It's a rather small input-output situation, and it's not a very large building either. Grain Mill BR. I don't know what the BR stands for. The pallet spawn would be that bit on the outside. To unload, though, I think you've actually got to go inside the building to unload that one, which is... oh! That's a drive-through. Ah. Maybe we could use this one. I was to put that one that way round. Kind of like that. Actually, I guess this way. And put it up here somewhere. If I was to drop that one there, that's a drive-through one, that is. 76,000. That is a definite possibility. This one, tip on one end, and then the pallets spawn on that end. So really, it would be better if we would put it up there somewhere. Or actually like that. So he's out on this side. And the pallets then, they're easy to pick up and grab from that particular location. And also unloading into that is fairly easy as well. I don't know what the capacities are on it. I'm kind of curious about this one with the shed where you drive through. Because I think that would be alright for you. Looking at that, on the scale of that, with our lorry, if we have a look here. Ooh, it's a bit tight. That's definitely a bit tight there, isn't it? Still tempted. I still think this might be the one to go for now. What's going to be the best way round to put this? If I do it that way, then pallets are spawning on the outside down here. I can put it up this way a bit. Let's try this one out, and we'll see what it's like. Except that... No, actually, no, that'll be alright. We should be able to get in and out of there without any problems. So that one... That is a grain mill. That's the one that I was wanting to do, is a grain mill. And we'll probably get rid of this one over here, and then that one can be turned into something else. So let me just... well, actually, first of all, we need to just check in here, and we need to see how this thing is set up. So I got grain mill BR, 270,000 litres of each one. Well, that's the same as the other grain mill, so that's absolutely fine. I know that it's not going to be spawning out the vast quantities of pallets in 5,000 litres at a time, which is a bit unfortunate. Also, driving in and out of here, I need to maybe approach that from a different angle. We'll do landscaping another time. Don't worry about that just yet. So let me swing this one on round here, and then approach it from back this side. There we go. That's more like it. Now, I can drive on in here. We've got plenty of room in here. This works. This works beautifully. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we've unloaded. We're unloading. We've got 50-odd thousand litres of wheat gone in there. Right there, 55,000 litres of wheat, and then we got flour. We can turn it into flour. So I'm just going to activate that one. That one's going. And this one here is doing the barley. I'll probably end up selling that grain mill because it's not very easy to get to. This one, I don't know if we'll keep it or not. The soybean oil one over here, that's doing great at the moment. That's 17,000 cycles a month, which is awesome. I might change. I don't know if I want to do any more soybean oil. I'm kind of liking the idea of that soy drink one, but we got to have water if we're going to do that. Now, we just drive right through, out this end, and then we can swing on through, and we'll just drive up this way, and we're off back to the field. Problem solved. Right, that's going to work out really nicely. Our combine at the moment's got 100,000 litres of oats in it. It's 46% full. And the great thing with that combine is it's 240,000 litres in a tank. And this trailer is 240,000 litres per section. So one full tank on the combine is exactly one full section on the trailer. So they are a really good combination. They work well together. I don't think I'm actually going to need to worry about anything over there, though. So I can just put it here. I suspect that we'll be able to get both fields loaded up without any problems whatsoever into this one. Let me go... I'll find the combine first. There it is. How much have we got left? We haven't actually got very much left to do in here. We're going to need to be able to pick all of this up. That's that's my... I got a bit of modification to do on a mod in order to pick that up appropriately, I think. Because we don't want to be spending too long working on that. And then I'm also going to have to do a bit of work on some stuff over there. I don't have any grass at the moment that we need to worry about. Let's go to you. We'll do a little bit of shunting around. So I've got some butter down that way. When is the best? You know, I don't think we need to worry about a particular best time of year. Although normally, for almost all products apart from soybeans, winter is the best time to go and sell anything. Here, January is the best time to sell butter. January is the best time to sell cheese. Bread is December, January. Cake is January. Flour, December. January is slightly pulling down. But it appears that December and January are the best. So at the moment, January is on the winner. Eggs is back in November. That's different. And honey is also a little bit different. I know that much. Fabrics, well, they're later in the spring. So is clothing. Sugar is right in the middle of the year. Huh. March for cereals. What about the oils? Okay, January is way down on there. These are March babies. That's no. Ah, all right. Fine. I was thinking, we just gather everything up at one time of the year and we'll rush off and we sell it and it's going to be nice and easy. We don't have to worry about anything. Look at all of these things that you get for the new expansion. Loads of stuff. Iron ore, wood beams. This here is all of the extra mods that we've got. So we've got like limestone. Oatmeal chip cookies there. All of the cookies that we can make, December is the time. Sheep's milk is October and also January. January does have the fluctuation. Sheep cheese, again. Donuts, January. I want to make donuts. I definitely want to be making donuts at some point. Corn oil, November. Soybean oil is March. Bottles of milk. Soy drink. That was... Wait, what? No! I have the factory for the soy drink, but apparently I can't sell it. I think there is a sell. I think there's a sell point that we can go and buy that we can put in here somewhere. So I change... Oh. Soybean oil. I got seasonal fluctuations on the soybean oil, but I've got no selling point. So I need to find the sell points for some of these items. There are a few selling stations that are universal sell everything containers. I mean, it's only got timber, cotton, and silage additive, I think, on there. But I think they do actually allow you to sell everything that is on the map. I think so. So I'm not quite sure. This is a self-marketing thing. I'm not really interested in that. Selling point for production. There's a number of different productions that we've got, like the soybeans and stuff like that, that you can sell at some of the different ones. But a lot of them, they've got their own sell point that you also need to buy and put up. Plantly Productions right here. I think that's the one. I think Plantly is the one that has the soybean drink. So I don't know what that one is there. See, there's several different items there with the Plantly stuff. Pizzeria, pizza production, Plantly there. Vegan supermarket, that is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I can find those another time. That really doesn't matter. That's not important at the moment. I was looking to see if there was anything. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.